Hey, what's up, guys? No Time Game here with another movie review. I just did my review for Horizon and American Saga. Check that one out if you have not. And this one here, today we're going to talk about A Quiet Place Day One. Now, I will be 100% honest. I love the first Quiet Place movie. I thought it was really, really good. I think the second one was okay. I'm not a big fan as many people are. Like, they're good movies to me. Not great, but they're good movies. So take that with a grain of salt, on watching this one, or according to, for my review. So bear that in mind, that I like the first two movies, but I don't love the first two movies. And I hear a lot of people just love the first two movies. So let's get it started anyway. But this one is directed by Michael Sarnowski. It's also written by Michael Sarnowski as well as Krasinski, John Krasinski, and Brian Woods. It stars Lupita Nyong'o. I hope I'm saying that right. I hope so. Joseph Quinn, and it says Alex Wolff, which I don't really remember which one Alex Wolff was in the movie. But yeah, so let's talk about this one. This one, if you like the first two, this one, let's start with, this is a horror movie, and it's supposed to, I would hope, whether it be, a sequel or a prequel, whichever, but this is a prequel. I hope they kind of would advance the story a little bit, or, learn some new things that you didn't know about. But unfortunately, in this one, they don't really talk about any of the new things that people really didn't know about. So that's the one kind of the downfall of this movie, in my opinion. But that does not make this a bad movie. This is a pretty good movie, I'm not gonna lie. I probably like this one better than the first two, to be honest. I really liked this one. It follows Lupita Nyong'o. This takes place in New York City. She's in a hospice center, and they take a field trip downtown to watch a puppet show, a marionette show. And that's when the creatures, whatever, start coming, and pretty much you get to see how everything went down, at least for day one and in New York City. They don't really show any of the other cities, so there's plenty of room to work with, I think, if they do decide to do another one. I mean, you could really do a ton of these movies and just kind of show them from where, different cities or whatever from all over the world. And I think you probably could do that, and I think they set that up nicely. However, like I said, it doesn't really advance the story by any means, and it doesn't tell you anything new. It doesn't bring anything new to the story. So that's kind of like the downfall of the movie, in my opinion. But the acting is phenomenal in this movie. I really loved Lupita and Joseph Quinn, and I didn't even realize till I watched another review on the movie, and I didn't realize that Joseph Quinn is Eddie from I can't remember the TV show Stranger Things. I didn't know it was him, and afterwards you're like, oh my god, how did I not see that? So yeah, he was phenomenal. It's different seeing him without the long hair and the heavy metal rocker dude. He definitely plays a different character in this one. Still plays a British guy, which I think he is actually from England, I want to say. But he still plays an English guy in this one as well. But what I like about this one is, this is just just the story that they focus on. It's a story of humility, humanity, how people, view each other, or, society, how they get along, stuff like that. And, you get a good relationship here between Lupita and Joseph, their characters in the movie. And their relationship in the movie, you just get to see, they don't know each other, obviously. They have no idea who each other is, but they work together. They look out for each other, and that bond just grows over time. And I think they did a really good job of showing how they bonded over time. I really liked that they did that. I thought they did a phenomenal job. But it was cool. I liked this just as a different story. Doesn't have, obviously, the other characters in it from the other movie, which is fine. I think these guys just did a good job, and it really just focuses on their story. It is a feel-good story. With that being said, kind of predictable on a few things. But that's, is what it is. But I still enjoyed everything that I watched. Phenomenal acting job. I'll definitely say that. The only thing Another one thing that I didn't like was Jimon Hansu is in this movie, and he's not in it that much. And I really like Jimon Hansu. I think he's a phenomenal actor. And there's some scenes in there, well, there's one specific scene that's in there with him where it's just like, oh, yeah, acted really well. You really felt, you're kind of conflicted. You're like, oh man. So I won't spoil how that goes, but the one scene that he did have, the one major scene that he did have was phenomenal, and I wish they would have had more of him in there. I was just kind of disappointed they didn't have him in there that much. I thought he did a great job, and more people need to put this dude in more movies. I think he's a phenomenal actor. I wish he would do more things, or Hollywood put him in more films, because I think he is a great actor. That's my little on the pedestal stand there, and that's all I'll say about that. But yeah, that's pretty much how this movie is. Like I said, if you liked the first two, you'll probably like this one. Even though if you just like the atmosphere and the feeling of it, I think you will appreciate this one. This one, it's got, they want to say, I mean, they do call it horror, but it's more, I mean, I would more just say sci-fi suspense. I really wouldn't say horror, at least for this one. I can't really remember the first two that well, but in this one, I mean, I wouldn't really call it a horror movie. I would just say drama, sci-fi, suspense. That's all I would say. I would not call this a horror movie, but that's just my opinion. Do what you will on that. So don't expect anything like that. Don't expect this crazy horror movie. Now, that being said, there are a couple jump scares, and I think they did a good job with jump scares. No cheap stuff, which I can appreciate. None of that just cranking the volume up so you have to, at least jolt a little bit. None of that stuff in here. I think they did a good job with the jump scares, with what little ones they did have, even though that may contradict that I said it's not a horror movie. I still don't call this a horror movie. It's definitely horror, or it's definitely drama, sci-fi, suspense, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll leave that at that. I think, yeah, acting-wise, I did a good job. It's got some good, it's like I said, it does have some feel-good moments in there, man, where it tugs at your heartstrings. And I think they did a really good job with that, which I really, really did like. And predictable in some parts, but not bad. But still, otherwise. Yeah, let's talk about the other thing in there. The one more thing I forgot to talk about. Now, if you do go see this movie, there is a cat in this movie. And I have a feeling that most people that are going to review this movie will definitely talk about the cat. So, the cat is a very cool cat. Very cool. In the movie, very cool cat. However, that being said, there's no way this cat would react to some of the things that it does. Like, it's not even like bothered or nothing like that, or not making any noises when it's not supposed to make any noises. I never heard a cat not make noises, at least purr, or see something scary and give it the old something like that. There's none of that in here. So you're gonna hear little people complain about that might hurt the score for some people, and I get it. It is a movie. The cat doesn't have to be perfect, but if you see other reviews, if you watch other ones, that's going to be a talking point for sure. But it doesn't take away from the movie, in my opinion. I'm just letting you know, if you're one of those people that, you see stuff, like, obviously this is a sci-fi, so none of it's actually real, but when you see stuff like that, if you just get, turned off by that, where that cat would clearly do something, you know what I mean? Something like that. If that kind of stuff bothers you, just bear that in mind if you do go see this movie. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and give this one, I want to give this one an 8, man. I really, really liked the storyline. I thought they did a phenomenal job. I liked the storyline. I thought it was good. Maybe that's just me. So yeah, we'll go with 8 overall. So go check this out in theaters if you'd like. Or you can wait for streaming if you're not huge into the Quiet Place things. I'm not huge into the whole Quiet Place phenomenon, but I can appreciate it. So we'll leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe down below. Till then, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Thank you for watching.